Man, what a cool little bike. Suzuki's SV range has been around now for ages, really. I mean, it's been pretty much since the start of 2000s, or even before then, that the SV range has been around, and we've been riding them on the world's streets. This is a brand new bike for 2017, and this is kind of like going a bit backwards with Suzuki. They're stripping the thing back a little bit back to how the original ethos of what the SV650 range was. The whole bike was designed to be a bit of a do-it-all kind of a bike. Suzuki's calling it a bit like the Mazda Miata. You can go racing with it, you can go commuting with it, you can go touring with it. Like, after riding this one today, I mean, there's no reason to doubt anything that they're saying. This is a great little bike. 645cc twin, very unintimidating power delivery. Comes with a new feature which is really cool. It's a low RPM clutch assist. This thing, what it does is, if you're not used to taking out the clutch on starts, like you're a new rider, you're trying to get used to how a motorcycle clutch works, if you slowly release the clutch, it will bump the RPM up just a little bit. Basically, it stops you from stalling. So still need to progressively feed the power in as you normally would do when you're like leaving the lights or something or other like that. But yeah, it's a really cool little feature. The first time I did, I was like, oh yeah, there it is, and you can hear the revs climb a little bit. You can see it on the dash. It's just only a couple of hundred RPM. It does make a pretty big difference, and I think new riders are really going to love that. It's going to make this bike really appealing, especially for guys and girls that are just getting their license. It's quite a narrow bike as well. It's got one of the lowest seat heights in the class. I would have liked the bars personally being a bit broader around the shoulders. I would have liked the bars maybe that wide, maybe 2 inches on either side, just to give it a little bit more leverage. I've sort of found it maybe a little bit too cramped for me as well here. Obviously that comes with the low seat height. But look, it's a very fun thing to ride. You could do hundreds of miles in this thing. I think we did probably 100, 150 miles or something today. I'm not 100% sure, but it was a really enjoyable thing to ride. Very easy to maneuver in corners. Front brakes could use a little bit more bite, I thought. There's definitely power there, but it's not as progressive as I would have liked. Front suspension's very good. Rear suspension's a little bit soft for my big old ass, but that's all good. You know, if you're a bit lighter in the frame, then you probably shouldn't have too many problems. But probably the best thing I enjoyed about this bike is just how progressive that power delivery is within the engine. I mean, particularly through some of the canyon roads that we were riding today, and you just wind it on. There's no hit in the power delivery at all. It's there's no snatchiness in the throttle delivery. Just a nice cruisy twin cylinder engine, just brrr, and off it goes. And you can sit there and roll up and down that rev range real easily. You don't have to work the gearbox terribly hard. You know, being a smaller capacity twin, it doesn't live in the red line like a 4-cylinder engine does. But look, all in all, a fantastic little bike, and certainly one that I think is really going to get a lot of guys and girls on bums on seats, get them into riding, because you get something like this and have something that you enjoy as your first bike, and something that doesn't scare you to death, but also gives you a few smiles and thrills along the way. I mean, there you go, you're hooked. We need more of that. We need more riders jumping into the sport, and definitely more riders getting into riding for an everyday activity. But yeah, a great bike from Suzuki, and I'm sure you're going to be seeing a few more of these things. These are pretty cool.